Good morning. So I missed my July reading wrap up last month, and I'm going to go ahead and call it on the August wrap up. I stuck to a TBR in July, and I finished all of them. I started one for August, and let's see, listen. I wanted to read 4 books this month, and I read 2, listened to 1. So I did not get a chance to get to the last one, and I'm just going to carry it on over until next month. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to combine these two. This month I had a lot going on. I lost a friend earlier this month, and it happened to be around the time where my best friend passed away 2 years ago, so I was dealing with that. Just didn't really feel like reading. And on top of that, we've had some work changes. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. So let's go. First off, for the month of July, I read The Grace Year by Kim Liggett. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so I really apologize. This is like a dystopian world where girls, when they're 16, they come into their magic and they get sent away to like an encampment where they have to survive for a whole year and release all that magic. People compare this to the Hunger Games. It's not like the Hunger Games, except for the fact that they were in maybe like a football stadium or like an encampment. It was very good. I cried at the end. I cannot believe that they ended it how they did. I still think about this book. It's at 5 stars. Then I read Flawless by Elsie Silver, which I said I would never read, one of these little cowboy romances, and it was, hold on. I rated Flawless 4 stars. It was so cute, and normally I wouldn't continue on with like a standalone series, but I think I might just have to. So yeah. Then I read The Last Word by Taylor Adams, and this is about a woman who is living alone, and she leaves a 1-star review, like a scathing 1-star review on this book that her neighbor told her to read, and all of a sudden she starts getting like messages, and I think they could have done a little bit more with it, but it was still like a 4 stars. Like, I finished this in a couple of days. So then I read Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, and I gave this 5 stars. It was just, it was so good. Like, the drama and like Magnolia and BJ, it's a toxic high society English book, and every time like this couple breaks up and gets back together, spoiler possibly, yeah, they break up and then they get back together, and by the time you think that like, okay, I cannot read another like of them breaking up, getting back together, them getting close to getting back together, thankfully it wrapped up. The ending is another one where just the ending, like how can you leave a book like this? I stayed up until 2:00 in the morning finishing this book, and I just why? But I can't wait for the next book to come out. Actually, I forgot. Between The Last Word and Magnolia Parks, I read Cruel Summer by Morgan Elizabeth on my Kindle. And again, that's one of those where I didn't think I was going to continue on these standalone romance series, but I am. And again, this one ended on a cliffhanger, and I need her next book ASAP. Thank you. So that wrapped up July. That was all that I had on my TBR. I tended to aim a little low. So now we're going to go into August. And like I said, this month, and there's nothing wrong with these books. so I only put like 3 books. I think it was 4 books that I wanted to read. I read Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and this was a 5-star review, 5-star book. I was almost scared because this book's upside down. Because Tracy Wolff has a little blurb on the front, and let me tell you, because I can't. Anyway, if you don't know anything about this book, your algorithm is just doing its thing, and you can find plenty of books to tell you and spoil this for you, because I actually had spoilers. The only thing I did not like was Xaden's name. And yeah, I did not like his name. It felt very Southern to me. So then I read Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, and I gave that book like a 3.75, I would say. It felt very insta-lovey to me. It takes place during a war between the gods, and it's work rivals to lovers. And I was blushing. I was giggling. I let some tears loose. It just didn't have that like 5-star feel or even like a 4-star. It was really close to a 4-star, but I think the next book's going to be really good. Now, this book, I read it and I listened to it on Audible. I have been reading this book listening to this book since April. I don't know if it's because I just don't like the narrator, because she does the guy's part too, and he's supposed to be British. It's really cringy, and not like good cringy. Mind you, I loved To Love Jason Thorne and some other like cringy books. But Covet by Tracy Wolff, which is why I was scared, her books are entirely too long, much like this little TikTok right here. They are very, very long, and for no reason, except for that the Grace keeps talking over and over and narrating. And the titles are 10 out of 10, like for the chapters, but there is no reason these books should be 160 chapters, 800 pages. She could have condensed. Who's editing these? Because you could get these down like by 350 pages. This book right here was the perfect amount. And all of those books are like bricks compared to this book. And it's very juvenile. Like, not good juvenile. Ooh, I need to be nice. They're just 500, like, they're just too long. And the character just keeps on repeating and repeating and repeating, and there's no structure to this story. And if I can listen to this thing on like 3 times speed and then hit 30 seconds to fast forward through it, and you're still talking about the same thing, why? So I don't know if I'm going to continue this series, unless I see a really good spoiler, but it's just not it. So, anyway, this is all I read for the past 2 months. So, bye guys.